Ridgetop Gardens was incorporated in 2012 as a grower of top quality herbs, microgreens, and edible flowers for the most demanding chefs of Knoxville, Tennessee. Formed by a collaboration between a horticulturalist and a lighting engineer, we're proud to say that Ridgetop Gardens is the only commercial farm with a photometric lab for measuring light fixtures. Since the very beginning, we chose to grow exclusively with hydroponics under LED lights because we knew that was the path to getting the highest quality plants. When we started, LEDs weren't yet commercially viable as a grow lamp. However, we knew that as the quantum efficiency of semiconductors continued to increase, that it was only a matter of time before everyone would be growing under LEDs. After many iterations, we developed not only a light recipe, but a grow environment recipe as well. The environment is a big part of growing with LEDs, and after all these years, we've got it down to a science.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Bubble Man's World. I am here with Neil Gallant in Montreal, Quebec from the Maple Butter crew.
Yeah.
And we are at his R&D facility here where he's doing a bunch of different sort of experiments using different nutrients and different lights.
Really surpassed, I think, all expectations with these lights. We used a room that we usually would have had 12 double-endeds, using about 12,000 watts in a room with 5 tons of AC, and we basically changed that to 6,000 watts of LEDs, so about half the wattage, and we're using about a third of the AC capacity that we were using before.
Those are huge numbers for those of you that operate larger facilities. It might not mean as much to a small facility, but when you're getting into a much larger facility, those are very substantial numbers to be able to cut your wattage in half. And even the lights must be a little bit more comfortable to be underneath.
Yeah, they're definitely not as strong. You don't get that burn in your neck and the HPS and things like that when you're in your rooms for long. Also, like the buds don't get any burn from them. You can pretty much stick the bud directly under the light. You'll see stress, light stress, because there is intensity, but you won't see any burns. The pistol will still be very white. They won't burn at all.
Right.
So it's kind of cool. At first, I was like everybody else, I know LED is definitely going to be something for the future and that we need to look into. I was just not sure in what companies to look at. Some of them are basically replacing, let's say, because I run with 4x8 tables, so let's say 2,000 watts under a 4x8 of double-endeds, they'll replace it with 3,000 watts of LEDs to basically go and get the same heat ratios in the room, so you don't have to change your tonnage, you don't have to change, but you're not efficient, you're using way more amperage.
And can you tell us a little bit about the company that you're working with, how you came to put these LED lights in your room over other ones, and what was really the turning point? Because it's it's a big investment to do R&D for other companies.
Yeah, it is, and we'd seen quite a few companies go around, and I basically spoke to the two engineers that designed the lights and put them together, and they were talking, and what they were telling made a lot of sense. We were basically going to try to replicate what a 1,000-watt bulb did with half the wattage. And they said that they had found, the right formula to do this, and they sound pretty convincing. I gave them a try, and right away, we saw great results from the beginning of flowering. We saw, like I was saying before, the buds actually started developing a little bit quicker, a day or two quicker than I was used to. The light transition from ceramic metal highlights to the LED room was perfect. There was no stress whatsoever. The plants were always happy and healthy under the lights. Seems like they can even almost grow into the lights. You'll see light stress, but you won't see any temperature affecting the trichromes or the pistils. They'll still stay white. So it's really interesting. And the other thing is also that these burn at about 45 degrees Celsius.
As opposed to 750 from a double-ended bulb.
Exactly.
So a huge difference in temperature.
We're using a third the AC we would have used, usually we'd use a 5-ton AC in a room this size with 12,000 watts of double-endeds, and now we're using about 2 tons max, 1.5 tons.
Thank you for your interest in Ridgetop Gardens Inc., the small farm with a bright idea.